afternoon. My name is Sally Harrison. I'm the president and CEO of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today is my honor to be with our friends and our partners from Mesa Community College. I heard a presentation similar to this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought we need to share this with our larger community. And so today we've gathered some of the leadership from Mesa Community College, and we're going to start with Dr. Lori Berkman. Lori, thank you so much for being here and for all you do in our community.
Well, thank you, Sally, and we are very, very happy to be here this afternoon and grateful for the invitation. I'm going to do a brief introduction and then I will pass the baton to the team that has joined us. A quick intro of who we are, and they will also likely remind you of who they are throughout the presentation. I am joined by our CTE Dean, Michael Voss, the Interim Associate Dean at Red Mountain, Chris Bliss, the Arizona at Manufacturing Institute Director, which is Leah Palmer, our Maricopa Institute for Technology Director of the East Valley, Diane Mesa, and we have a faculty member, our Business Department Chair, Carrie Allen. So we will be your presenters today. I want to briefly outline and provide context about who we are as Mesa Community College. We recently revised our mission, our vision, and our values, and our mission is to create an inclusive, vibrant learning community where everyone is supported to achieve success. And our vision is to inspire, to ensure access, and to empower action. And candidly, we want to do that with you, with the Mesa Chamber, with all of the members. We want to live our values of community, which is why we're here today. We also continue to work on our values of diversity, equity, inclusion, leadership, continuous improvement, and integrity. A little bit more about who we serve, and you can see on the slide the different breakdowns with regard to race and ethnicity. So we are 32% Hispanic, and that affords us the opportunity to apply for Title V grant as a Hispanic serving institution, which we are. You can see that we also have 5% Asian, Pacific Islander, and 5% Black. It's important to us to make sure that we are serving the members of our community. And you'll see the different age breakdowns, who comes to join us at MCC, gender breakdown. On the far right side of the slide, you'll see that 47% of our students are Mesa residents, 21% are Pell Grant recipients, and 4% are veterans. All important factors as we continue to work with our local community in terms of how we better prepare future leaders, future community members. What we're going to do today, this is our roadmap. We're going to talk a little bit about the MCC workforce development impact, some key and important initiatives, and then how they impact our students, as well as a spotlight on healthcare, which we know is needed in the East Valley, opportunities to collaborate, and then how we can be of service to Mesa, because that's what we want to do, is be of service to our community. I'm going to now turn it over to Michael Voss.
Well, thanks, Lori. I am Michael Voss. I'm the Dean of Career and Technical Education at Mesa. I'm going to provide just a little bit of an overview of the overall impact of CTE here at Mesa. We train in all of the key sectors: business, IT, healthcare, manufacturing, construction, transportation, and the trades. And, as you can see by the graph, pre-COVID, our enrollment and the number of sections had been increasing over several years. COVID has taken a bit of an impact on our ability to train, but most of the enrollment reduction is really due to a reduction of seating capacity to keep things safe. So we tried to maintain access as much as we can. We actually didn't cut down very many sections at all during the fall schedule, but the number of students served is definitely down as we try to keep things safe. And that's a big priority for us is safety. The employer partnerships really are driving the growth here, and we'll hear about some of those in more detail. And we would like to just point out there's plenty of opportunity for growth at the downtown center location, which are really working on repurposing to serve the IT sector more exclusively. We think that's a nice tie-in to the downtown innovation district that's being worked on right now. The other key sectors that we want to grow are healthcare, construction, and transportation and trades, but those are all and have been at training capacity. So we're looking at facility options there as well. Next slide. So as I mentioned, the impact of COVID-19 really has been a reduced in-person seating capacity to provide for safe training. And at some point, as we shifted so much of our instruction to online, things that can be offered that way sort of hit peak student interest. Even though we could offer some more sections, we're kind of at the max for what the students would want right now. But safety is our priority. Chris, if this video will play, let's share this.
We are teaching the next wave of frontline workers. The need right now for not only EMTs, but more specifically paramedics is great. And it's really COVID driven.
I made the decision to join the program in the middle of the pandemic as we started in August. And obviously the instructors all worked super hard to make sure we were safe and everything was clean and there was new procedures in place. So I always felt secure and taken care of.
Every situation that got hard, every time it looked like another door closed, they went around the corner and kicked in a window. And they found a way to get us through this and find us opportunities and continue to constantly adapt and change the program.
I thought the program was going to have to end just because of all the physical skills that we have to learn that comes along with being the EMT. The safety protocols that they took, we were able to stay safe throughout the whole process. We were able to stay in the classroom and learn what we have to learn and be able to do the hands-on stuff we need to do.
Unfortunately, this class has seen the brunt share of the impact of COVID-19, and yet they are finishing as an aggregate average within their class above the 90th percentile.
I think the biggest challenge is just maintaining some type of normalcy amidst this pandemic. So encouraging the students to continue their coursework, studying.
The silver lining out of this entire thing really is that it really forced us and forced our hand to embrace technology. It forced us to embrace alternative delivery methods. But now we can leverage that skill set to better serve our students downstream.
Thanks, Chris. Go to the next slide.
We are teaching.
So a silver lining during the pandemic are some growth areas. So despite the limitations, we saw absolute growth numbers in the area of construction. That is tied into a transfer program with ASU. So construction management has done very well throughout this. Veterinary technology has grown mainly due to a lot of student interest at the high schools and with our CTED partners like EVIT. So we've done some dual enrollment there. Some design software, Revit and SketchUp. Real estate has still grown, and small business programs have grown. We even launched Amazon Web Services, a cloud-based program, and that's very popular. It's doing well right now. Next slide. And I'll turn this over to Leah Palmer.
Hello, my name is Leah Palmer, and I'm the director for the Arizona Manufacturing Institute at Mesa Community College. And we are designed to be a front door to all things manufacturing, a center for excellence that helps build that education-based workforce that's going to be the technician, not only for today's jobs, but for tomorrow's jobs as well. We have robotics, we have aerospace technicians, and electrical wiring and J standard. We have electronics, precision machining, drafting and 3D printing, automated industrial technology, which for the future of work is going to be all of those individuals that are the technicians for your automated processes. And we have welding. Next slide. One of the big parts of being a front door to manufacturing is building partnerships. And so 3 partnerships just to illustrate some of the capacity that we have at Arizona Manufacturing Institute. We have a statewide common course degree program, first in Arizona, built with 4 of our partners. And it's the Arizona Advanced Technology Network. And we are now able across the state to build a pathway to build multiple technicians across the state. We also have a partnership with Boeing. We're building a workforce for helping with their Department of Defense wiring, as well as their composites in partnership with Chandler Gilbert Community College, where they need hundreds of individuals that are able to be placed and work in Mesa. And we have also a partnership with CMC Steel, which is an apprenticeship partnership, where we've got a steelmaker program that's going to have 20 steelmakers training for 30 college credits each in an accelerated 4-month period. These are just examples of how to respond to the needs of both industry and to give employment opportunities to our students and be that full spectrum from enrollment to employment in manufacturing. Next slide.
Hi, I'm Diane Mesa. I'm the director of the Maricopa IT Institute East Valley, and I want to thank you for letting me share a little bit about Mighty EV today. You'll see the purpose on our slide. I want to expand a little bit about why we're here and what we do. We're here to fill the IT demand gap by delivering short-term training in response to industry. We utilize, we're fortunate enough to utilize 4 college assets with programs, instructors, space. Those 4 colleges are Rio Salado Community College, Scottsdale Community College, Chandler Gilbert, and Mesa Community College. Data shows we have an opportunity and a need to increase our menu of training options and modalities, as well as to expand our location at Mesa's downtown center. Next slide, please. These are Mighty's goals. And I'm going to expand a little bit on our goals. We are working on non-credit options that lead to credit. We have something called prior learning assessment. And that is where if you get an industry certification or even other types of training, it can be converted to credit for either no fee or a small fee. And we'd like to offer lots of different types of training modalities so we can make sure that the delivery is not a barrier for industry or students. We have self-paced with wraparound support, online, hybrid, boot camps, face-to-face courses. We also fill our workforce needs by expanding concurrent and dual enrollment programs. And we hire, train, and sustain a diverse workforce. And we really pride ourselves in targeting the underrepresented populations for IT training opportunities. Next slide, please. I'd like to share a story. During COVID, I know we have lots of stories, but there were small businesses that were looking and seeking to get their CARES money. They wanted to, jump on and make sure they got what was coming to them to help their business. Unfortunately, there were some barriers with some of the small businesses. They either had a skill barrier, a language barrier, or both. And we met a consultant in the East Valley who was trying to help these companies. And he said, I just can't keep up with them. There's so many that need help. They're all manual. They haven't moved to a digital platform. How can we help? How can we think outside the box? And that's where Mighty comes in. We want to think outside the box. And so we did. And so I'm happy to say that we were able to partner with Mesa Chamber of Commerce and the East Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to provide entry-level computer courses. In fact, both commerces provided laptops for their small businesses. We provided the training in English and in Spanish. We've also been able to stand up a short-term training with the Google IT Professional Support Certificate, and we even eliminated some weeks on that. So we reduced it from 32 weeks to 16 weeks, where you can end up getting 5 completion certificates through Google to help with preparation of your CompTIA A+ support certificate. And we've provided self-paced courses for veterans seeking Microsoft certifications. I'm happy to say in 4 months that we were able to train 137 students in non-credit IT courses to help them upskill, either help their business or get a job. We also partner quite a bit with community education grant partnerships, and we try to be very innovative. Right now, we're happy that we have just stood up our Technopreneurship CCL, or Certificate of Completion. And that is where students, the technology students, are becoming entrepreneurs. And Mesa Chamber of Commerce has helped us have our students be industry facing. So they're actually, as they're taking their coursework, they're actually doing projects facing industry, solving community problems, and now they have something to put on their resume and something to talk to in an interview. They are also able to receive scholarships and internships in this program. We've created a short-term Python certificate in data analytics, networking, and coming to a theater near you, manufacturing. And that's where I'm really happy to talk about the partnership we have with AZAMI. I know Leah talked a lot about that wonderful institute. Well, we're now a mashup. The two institutes are coming together with manufacturing and IT. And manufacturing now with IT has a 7-credit CCL that'll be starting in March. And it really helps people upskill to Industry 4.0. And our overarching goal is to always serve the underserved. So I like to mention our Girls Get IT event that we have annually. And we served 108 participants, that's junior and senior high school students. We did 108 this year. Last year we did 225. And we're able to introduce women into IT and all the different sectors and flavors. So I just want to thank you for remembering Mighty when you're looking at doing a customized training. And thank you for your time today. I'm going to hand it off to Carrie Allen.
Hi, my name is Carrie Allen. I'm currently serving as the department chair for the business department at Mesa Community College. And I'm honored to be able to come today and talk to you a little bit about our Green Flag program. Green Flag is a program that we do along with the Chamber of Commerce to support our student entrepreneurs. We have young people, old people, people with a business idea who just need a little bit of help getting started. And that's where Green Flag comes in. We can offer these students, entrepreneurs, some physical space to run their business out of, a conference room, a desk, a copy machine, whatever they need to kind of take care of those physical needs. And then probably even better than that, we put them in close association with the Chamber of Commerce members who can give them advice and guidance and counseling on how best to get their businesses started. It's a very exciting program. It's growing rapidly, and we are thrilled to be a part of it. We're particularly excited when we have crossover from other departments at our college. We currently have a manufacturing student and also a fashion student who are running small businesses, and they're doing it through the Green Flag program. In association with Green Flag, we have received a grant from the Santander Foundation that offers scholarship money and money to pay expenses for some of these small businesses. So in addition to giving them space and advice, we can also sometimes get them involved in that grant program and get them some of the money they need to get started in their business. Well, thank you for the opportunity to speak, and I'll turn it over to the next speaker.
Hi, I'm Chris Bliss, the Interim Associate Dean at the Red Mountain campus. And I just wanted to share a quick slide on the Red Mountain Visioning Team. So a small group of people have been charged. Our charge is listed on the slide with re-envisioning, rethinking about the Red Mountain campus at Mesa Community College. And using data we have from our district workforce development office, we're focusing on education and health sciences as our strategic focused areas on campus. Right now, we are working on a partnership with Mesa Public Schools to help strengthen and grow the pipeline for teachers for Mesa Public Schools. And we are partnering with sister institutions such as Gateway Community College to provide phlebotomy classes at the Red Mountain campus, in addition to other healthcare pathways and partnerships that I think Michael Voss is going to be talking about next.
Yes, thanks, Chris. So just really focusing on healthcare training at Mesa, we currently offer a biomedical equipment technician program really focused on the technology in the hospitals, an EMT, paramedic, dental hygiene, exercise science, nurse assisting, nursing, and nutrition. So these are programs that we've offered for some time, with the biomedical being a fairly new one that we just launched in that we are launching in 2021. We're adding some more programs in the area of paramedicine, advanced paramedicine, coming on board. So you can kind of see here that the capacity for healthcare training has been pretty static if you look at the green bars on the bottom. And again, this is sort of facility limitation. All these programs are essentially training at maximum capacity. The enrollment is down this fall because of the spacing safety concerns. Next slide. But we have a grand vision, a grand desire to really expand healthcare training at MCC and overall in the East Valley with our partner colleges. So, piggybacking what Chris said about looking at Red Mountain as a healthcare education innovation hub, that would mean expansion for the EMT, paramedic, dental hygiene, and nursing type programs. But we are really interested in adding some entry level programs, fast track, so we can get people either upskilled with some other skills that would make them more valuable in the healthcare workforce. First step opportunities. So there's additional training that we can do around nursing assisting in the area of home health aid, patient care tech, emergency room tech, EKG tech, and really looking at very entry level nursing, which is the licensed practical nursing certification. So that's really the focus there. And as much as possible, we'd like to do that at Red. Next slide. And this is a kind of a busy slide, but what it's showing here is that to add healthcare training in the East Valley, it's a multi-year phased approach. There's a lot of different programs that we might start, and it's a complex collaboration between 4 colleges and looking at the funding piece, of course, the facilities piece, getting the expertise on board to bring in new healthcare programs. And certainly there's a lot of community partnership that needs to happen, particularly with regard to clinical placement opportunities to make sure that we can do the high quality training that we already do in other areas. Next slide. Now, we are very committed to industry. We want to welcome any new partners. Like I just mentioned, Banner Health came to us with a need to train the technicians who work on the technology. And within, about 6 months, we figured out how to stand up a program that made sense for that. We really want to focus in on the diversity of the pool of people who attend our healthcare programs so that the community of healthcare workers or any workers that we're training reflect the community that we serve. That's really important to us. Diane Mesa mentioned earlier our commitment to prior learning assessment. So for all those industry credentials out there, we want to crosswalk those back to credit at no cost or low cost if possible. So if there's an industry credential that you're looking for and or that you already have a workforce out there that's trained in, let's communicate so we can figure out how to provide credit for that and then springboard that to a next step. Hopefully you definitely saw through our institutes, we really want to meet the very unique needs of industry. And we can do that in a variety of ways, non-credit, credit, different formats. We want to help solve the problems that the business community is facing and really meet the workforce needs. And then the last thing is, we're very sensitive to cost. Even though a community college is, one of the lowest cost options, we still think that there's other costs that we can reduce for the student so that they're more able to persist through the training. So we're really looking at our textbooks and trying to either negotiate deals to get the cost of digital textbooks down or develop our own, frankly, in the case of open educational resources. And all of that, we want to integrate it into our learning management system. So when the student signs up for the course, they have all the materials they need on day 1 of registration to be successful in the course. Next slide. So here's how you can support, Mesa students. So serve on one of our advisory committees. We value your expertise and we have lots of different programs. Become a guest lecturer or an adjunct faculty. We welcome your expertise to help guide and mold the next generation of career technical students. Work with our career services, test drive our talent, find ways to provide a paid internship so that students can come out and get real-time experience. We absolutely welcome any donations of lightly used equipment and supplies out there to help support training. And there's ways to work with us to create a foundation in the name of your company or your organization to help support students to come out into the sector that you're training or that you're needing workforce. And then, the big and the bold thing would be to partner with us on facility expansion. So in a little bit, I'm going to go over where we have the biggest space needs. One is certainly healthcare and healthcare at Red Mountain. So there's ways to connect with us to help build the spaces and places needed to serve students and serve our community. Next slide. So mentioning got space, here's where we're most space pinched, and we're open to lots of collaborative ideas. In the manufacturing and welding sector, those are certainly high demand areas, and the student space and the equipment needs, we're at capacity there. So we're looking for partnerships there. Construction trades is booming. Certainly over the last 5 years, every year we've seen 30-40% growth in the construction management, and we want to add the trades, electrician, plumbing, HVAC, in response to our advisory. Next slide. Automotive technology, we probably have a quarter of the space that we need to really meet the needs there. There's so much happening in that particular field with autonomous vehicles and hybrid technology. So we really want to have the space to meet the emerging trends and the current trends happening out there. Heavy equipment and diesel, we have a fantastic partnership, but it's dependent on training in their space. So that serves the needs of one of our industry partners, but the other industry partners don't really have that opportunity. And so that requires big space to work on big equipment. Next slide. The agricultural sciences, we had the opportunity to finally create a state-of-the-art greenhouse, and that's wonderful. But now with Prop 207 and the cannabis, there's a lot more student interest in that area, and we think that there's the need to have more instructional space in that area. Veterinary technology, the student demand in this regard is very, very high. So we see our high school partners adding opportunities for people to explore in this area, and it's an area that we would like to add, or at least have a facility that's a little bit more modern and commensurate with what we all expect to see when we take our furry friends in to get cared for. Next slide. And I'm going to turn this over to Lori to take us home.
Chris, I think you are going to speak to this, so take it away.
All right, great. Thanks, Lori. So the Mesa College Promise is a partnership with Mesa Community College in the city of Mesa. And as you can see on the slide, this is a scholarship that is a last dollar scholarship. So what that means is it fills that gap between what financial aid will pay for and what the students still need. And so this is a great opportunity for our residents of Mesa. They need to graduate from a Mesa high school and attend Mesa Community College. Application and information will be available starting in the fall of 21. And if you're interested in donating to this program, we can get you information on how to do that as well. This is a great way to give back to Mesa Community College and to help some students enter your workforce. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Lori, thank you for your team and your time. And we look forward to getting this information out to everybody. What's the best way for people to contact you? Since school's not open to everybody right now.
Correct. We are mostly remote, but one of the best ways would be electronically through email. So I would invite anybody who wants to continue this conversation to reach out to us via email And Sally, what we can provide you is a list of everyone with their email addresses, which can be also shared with the chamber and with others interested.
That would be great. All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate everybody's time. I think this is good information that not everybody knows until now. And we will make sure to spread the word and talk about what opportunities Mesa Community College offers and the partnerships that can be created in our community. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Sally. We look forward to continuing the partnerships.